I'm standing on the waterfront of a small Canadian town. Waves crash against the pier. Heavy, dull. Being a cop means being ready for the worst. The radio crackles. Patrol, all quiet. I'm walking down the street, past cozy houses and coffee shops. I stop at a sign that reads, Animal Shelter. I open the shelter door. You can hear dogs barking. The walls are decorated with photos of rescued animals. I walked past the cages, one after another. I stop, a little puppy's looking right at me.
The floor beneath my feet slowly begins to sink, exposing the ancient mechanisms below.
I carefully slipped my fingers through the bars, palm facing up. The oldest language of trust, understood by every dog in the world. The pen moved across the paper. Adoption agreement. The sun greeted us as if it had been waiting for this exact moment, wrapping us both in golden light. I set him down on the sidewalk and he walked. I turned the key and opened the door to our home. He flew into the living room ahead of me. Paws sliding on the hardwood floor, ears flopping, tail spinning like a propeller. He sniffed every corner of the sofa. I set a shiny metal bowl of water on the floor. The first meal in a new home. I poured his food slowly, as if this small ritual were something meaningful. He ate with such enthusiasm that his ears bounced with every bite. He came back carrying the ball with the air of a true champion. I scratched him behind the ear, and he squinted with pure pleasure. When the evening light turned soft and quiet, Chase curled up right at my feet. Morning burst through the curtains. Chase turned out to be the world's greatest alarm clock. The months passed, and Chase grew, not day by day, but almost hour by hour. I raised my hand with a treat and said clearly, "Sit." And he sat, instantly, cleanly, back straight, down, and he lowered himself smoothly onto the grass, resting his chin on his paws. We ran along the forest trail and side by side, breathing in the same rhythm. He sailed over the fallen log, all four paws in the air, ears pinned back. He ran with such speed that the background blurred into streaks of color. He stopped at the top of the hill, the wind lifting his coat. I unfolded the black tactical vest in front of him. K9 Unity. I buckled the straps one by one and Chase stood perfectly still. He looked at his reflection and tilted his head, recognizing and not recognizing himself at the same time. I clipped a small radio to his vest. He launched without a moment's hesitation, paws hammering the ground, dust flying from his claws. He sniffs the grass in an old sneaker intently as he follows an invisible trail. That evening, everything was calm. I was going through papers in my chair. Chase lay at my feet. The radio exploded with a sharp emergency tone. All units, 211 in progress, Main Street Bank. I jumped to my feet. The chair rolled back. The folder hit the floor, but Chase was already at the door. No wagging tail, no jumping. We burst out of the house into the cool night air. The engine roared to life. The dashboard lit up. One click, and the siren tore open the night. Through the windshield, I could see the dark shape of a sedan running without lights. "Chase, get ready!" I shouted over my shoulder, and in the rearview mirror, I saw him rise to his feet. The red and blue strobes reflected in his eyes. The rear door flew open, and Chase launched out in the slow-motion beauty of his leap. He tore through the night street at such speed that he seemed to be flying over the ground rather than run. The man ducked into a dark alley. Chase cut the corner without losing an ounce of speed, a pile of trash cans blocking the alley. His bark split the night, deep, resonant, bouncing off the brick walls of the alley. One leap, and Chase had the jacket's sleeve. The man lost his balance and hit the wet asphalt hard. The second floor was consumed by fire, orange flames tearing out of the windows. We didn't think, we simply ran. Toward the fire, toward the smoke. I switched on my flashlight and the beam cut through the smoke. Like a thin white thread, I pointed into the corridor. "Find people!" He moved through the smoke without stopping. A little girl had wedged herself under a table in the far corner. I ran up and lifted the girl into my arms. She was light, frightened. We burst through the doorway into the night air, hot behind us and cold in front. The people around us, firefighters, neighbors, strangers, began to applaud. A few days later, the town square was draped in flags. The mayor stepped up to the podium, composed and dignified as the moment required, and the square felt quiet. He opened the velvet box, and inside lay a gold medal. Chase stood beside me on the stage, ears up, gaze steady. I looked at him, at this dog I had found in the corner of a cage 3 years ago. The mayor carefully placed the ribbon around Chase's neck, and the metal settled over his vest. Hundreds of people waving, confetti falling, flags rippling. The house welcomed us with silence, soft and warm. I took off my cap and set it on the table by the door. Carefully, as always, Chase circled his bed once, exhaled deeply, and lay down with the air of someone who had honestly done their job. Dinner, a full bowl, slow crunching, tail wagging with every bite. I pressed the remote, the room filled with the blue glow of the screen. The screen showed footage from today's ceremony. The anchor's voice was warm and moved. I sank into the couch with a big bowl of popcorn. He jumped up and settled beside me, resting his heavy head on my lap. A single lamp was burning, casting a warm circle of light around us. I moved my hand slowly over his head, again and again, and he closed his eyes and let go completely. His eyelids grew heavier with every second, slowly, inevitably, and then they closed. The room settled into peace. Only the television murmured softly in the corner. I opened my eyes and looked at him for a long moment. Our entire story contained in one sleeping dog. It all began with a single look through the bars, with the first touch of a nose to a palm, with a signature on an adoption form, with a step out into the sunlight, with the first tail wag in a new home, with the first bowl of water. We worked every day in every kind of weather, and every day he became a little better, a little faster, a little more sure of himself.